Hi everyone, this is Santosh from Common College of Engineering, Tanjavur. Today, we are going to see about Raspberry Pi 3 Animal Surveillance System project. So, what is Raspberry Pi? The Raspberry Pi is a series of small single-board computers developing in United Kingdoms by Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is a low-cost credit card-sized computer that plugs into a computer monitor or TV and uses a standard keyboard and mouse. The Raspberry Pi has the ability to interface with the physical world through various inputs and outputs. For example, we can use GPIO. This features has enabled it to be used in a multitude of create make projects. Raspberry Pi has the following ports. So there are four USB ports, Ethernet port, audio jack. This is a camera module. This is a HDMI port and a micro USB power. This is where we are using 3.7 volt and 5 amps. So this is the micro SD card underneath. So this is where we are going to install this SD card here. This is general purpose input and output pins for connecting electrical components. We are going to use a SD card class 10 for high speed data read and write. So this is a Raspberry Pi 0, Raspberry Pi 2, Raspberry Pi 3 and Raspberry Pi 4. What are the three different pins? In Raspberry Pi 2, there is no Wi-Fi. In Raspberry Pi 3, it has a Wi-Fi module. In this, HDMI is turned into micro HDMI port, two micro HDMI port and a Type-C power adapter. So we can choose the RAM 1 GB, 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB. This is depending upon the board we can use. This is what I said, USB, four USB slots. So GPIO pins. GPIO stands for General Purpose Input and Output. These pins can be used for both input and output operations. GPIO pins are numbered from 0 to 27. They are used to communicate with external components like LED, motor, buttons, like sensors. So power pins. This pin provides power to the Raspberry Pi and connect components. There are two 5 volt pins and two 3.3 volt pins. 5 volt pin provides a steady 5 volt power supply. So the red one. While 3.3 volt pins provide 3.3 volts. So the orange one. Use it to power various sensors, modules and other components. Ground pins. Ground pins are crucial for completing the circuit and providing a reference voltage. There are multiple ground pins on Raspberry Pi connected to the negative terminal of the power supply, used for common ground in circuits and for preventing electrical noise. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ground pins are there. So special pins. Raspberry Pi also has pins dedicated to specific communication protocols. UART, Universal Asynchronous Receiver Transmitter, using pin number 14, 15, transmit and receiver, UART. So I2C, Inter-Integrated Circuit, enables to communicate between multiple devices using a common bus. There are two I2Cs here. Then SPI, Serial Peripheral Interface, used for high-speed communication between microcontroller and peripheral devices. So SPI, this is one. Pin number 10, 9, 11, pin number 8, pin number 7, 20, 21, and pin number 19. This is a 5 volt pin, this is a 3 volt pin. So camera and display port. Raspberry Pi includes specific port for camera and display module. This port allows for easy integration of camera and screens, making it ideal for projects involving image and video processing. So programming languages. It supports programming languages like Scratches and Python, making it excellent tool for learning, coding and software development. Using this Scratch, If you need as an input, you can here make it as an input. If you need an output, you can also have this as an output. So you are using a Python program for Raspberry Pi. For our animal surveillance project, we are going to use Raspberry Pi, a motion sensor, a camera, and a telegram bot. So Raspberry Pi 3. The camera feature is enabled in your Raspberry Pi. Let's attach the camera module to it. Basically, the camera module is easy to attach in Raspberry Pi. So PIR motion sensor. PIR, passive infrared sensors. PIR sensors are more complicated than many of other sensors like photocell, FSRS, and tilt pitch because there are multiple variables that affects the sensor's inputs and output. So how to connect a Pi camera to Raspberry Pi 3? So watch it carefully. Need to pull the knob up and just need to press it after inserting the camera. So Telegram bot integration. The process of setting up a Telegram bot and obtaining an API token. To configure Telegram bot, we are going to use a Telegram token. Here, this is a Telegram token of our project and there is a chat ID here. Adding the Telegram library. Connect your Raspberry Pi and install the library that will be used to connect to the Telegram bot. So, we are using a command called sudo pip install telebot. So this is the command used to install Telegram in your Raspberry Pi. If you don't have pip installed, you just use the following command sudo apt get install python-pip. How data is stored in server. The Telegram bot in the context of data source, the actual data usage remains on the local server of the data source. The bot accesses the required data sets and then prepares them for message output as request on the end device. Only the actual program structure is permanently located in the cloud on the Telegram service. This is a circuit diagram of our project. So the camera is connected to the camera port. The motion sensor is powered by 5 volt power. Ground is connected to the ground of the Raspberry Pi. And the GPIO 17 is connected to the PIO motion sensor. So this is the manual connection. System workflow. Whenever the wild element is detected, it detects the motion and sends to the motion sensor. The motion sensor sends signal to Raspberry Pi and the Raspberry Pi triggers the camera and the camera captures the image and sends to the Telegram bot. The Telegram bot sends the image to the multiple devices. So this Telegram bot, we can use it in multiple devices like laptops, personal computers, mobile phones. So how to create a Telegram bot? So we are going to see how to create a Telegram bot now. Just open your Telegram and search for bot further. Then click on menu and just click. I just already have my Telegram bot here. So I'm going to my bots. So I'm going to search for elephant monitoring bot. So I already changed this name animal surveillance system bot. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I need my API token. So I'm going to click API token. So it shows my API token here. Now click on ID bot. Okay. This is how we are going to use enter the valid command. Okay. Get ID. So this is a chat ID. So just click on start. So this is how we need to create a Telegram bot here. Just open the real VNC. Now we are going to connect the Raspberry Pi with external power supply here. Just wait for the system to come online. This is a Raspberry Pi 3 display. Now we are going to open the file manager. I just had a file here, the animal monitoring. So animal surveillance.py. This is our project file. Check for the GPIO pin here. The PIR sensor, which is connected to the GPIO 17 here. And check for the Telegram token here, which is already done. and the chat ID. Now, surveillance system started. So, whenever the motion is detected, it just sends the images here. Not only this images only here, it also sends images to the mobile also at the same time. It can be used in multiple devices here. Here, see, it shows the images here. This is how our project works. Thank you.